Hi, Ashaya. How are you? Well, happy Monday. Happy Monday, sis. I pray all is well with you. I pray everything is going as it needs to go. And I pray that you're having a great day so far. The day is actually over. I hope you had a great day. How about that? I hope you had a great day. Um, I'm gonna let some more people come on in here. I hope you can hear me. I'm on the Wi-Fi. I am on the Wi-Fi and whatnot. So that's what we doing right now. Hey, Alette, how are you? Greetings, greetings. I think it was you. Did I find you on social media on Facebook? Was that you? Let me know. Good. Hi, Jasmine. How are you? How are you, Jasmine? Jasmine, I'm sorry. How are you, Jasmine? I'm sorry. I do it every time, sis. I'm sorry. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. I mean well. You said just got home from work not too long ago. Yes, you found me. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I said that looks like that name. Your name is so unique. I was like, oh my goodness, that's the sis. So um thank you. It's the TV. I didn't know you guys can hear it. I hope it doesn't affect my video. Hope they don't say it's copyright. So thank you for mentioning that because I need to turn it down then. So I know I typically y'all haven't liked the video yet. What's going on? What's going on? Everybody getting situated. Y'all like, girl, we just walked in here. Let us take our coat off. I know, right? I'm demanding stuff already. Y'all just got here. Let me take y'all like, girl, we just got here. Let me take my coat off. Child, let me take my hat off. Here I go. Y'all ain't like the video, girl. You been live for 3 minutes. Demanding? Demanding? Dang, girl. Let us say hi first. Yes. Let me stop. That was so funny. How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all are doing well. Hi, Leon. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, hi, hi. Yeah, I'll be playing. I'll be joking, to say the least. But thank you so much to everyone and your support, your encouragement. It's just so much to be thankful for, and striving to be obedient to scripture and obedient and loving myself through the process. And one thing I've noticed about myself is that sometimes,
Yeah, we need to laugh. We need the little let your hair down moments, because holiness is enough within itself, okay? We don't need no extra read all about it when it comes to holiness. The scriptures are enough, okay? We don't need nothing else. We don't need no more reading materials, okay? But yes, having a good time, being able to laugh at yourself, not take yourself seriously. These are things I wish I would have told my younger self. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Enjoy life. Laugh. Be goofy, because your teens and your 20s, once they come and they go, that's it. And now in my 30s, I'm laughing more. I'm joking more. I'm giving more of my personality than I usually would. So I do thank the Lord for that. Um, and I am grateful to the Lord for just sparing me so many times, sparing my life so many times. I think about all the times that He could have taken my breath away. But He gave me another chance to be here to serve Him and do right by Him. And I just thank the Lord for that. So anytime I get to smile, anytime I can make y'all laugh, that is what I strive to do. We're also giving y'all some realness, because, as always, I always give personal development techniques and tips according to my own life. And today I had a little opposition. It wasn't deep. It really wasn't deep. But there was a situation where I had to give some soft correction. And one thing, no worries, Caitlin. One thing I've noticed, and hi to you, Caitlin. I don't know. Hi. So one thing I've noticed is that, sometimes I have to give soft corrections. And sometimes, not sometimes, I allow things to progress. I allow people to continuously do the same thing before I actually say something about it. And when I do mention it, then sometimes people, they get offended, of course, right? Hi, welcome. Oh, Brazil. My mom is traveling to Brazil this month. Wow, my mom is going to be in Brazil. What are some things that she should do? What are some favorite dishes from your country that you would share? And I hope I said that correct. Your country. I hope that Brazil is a country. If it's not, please, I am so sorry. Okay. But share some things that she should eat, like different dishes or different traditions and things that you all do in Brazil. That would be fun for my mom to do, and I will share that information with her. Hey, Goyo, did I see you on the broadcast on Saturday? I think it was, or maybe it was Friday. But I remember the camera panning out, and I think I saw you because you got a full beard. Because you had your picture up before, so you have like this full beard with a full head of hair. Like your hair is like super full. Like you got so much hair, but it's cut. His hair is cut, y'all. He ain't got long hair. He got a nice. I think it is. If that was you, I think I saw you. Anyway. So one thing I've noticed is that I allow things to build up, and then I say something. And then when I say something, people get offended, and rightfully so, because human beings don't like correction. If we could go our whole lives with never being corrected, then hey, So today I had to speak up for myself. And speaking up for myself has always been something I struggled with, because I don't like opposition. I don't like making people angry or feeling uncomfortable or being hurt behind my words or my actions. So there has been a pattern in the workplace when it relates to me and people communicating with me, and very often I am not communicated with very major yeah, okay. So with major things, and I had to say something today. So Monday, me not being informed of some interesting details heavily impacted uh, my finances, my time, all of these things. So I didn't say anything last Monday about this. I let it go. And then today, I have a conference to go to. So I'm on Saturday, I'm out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm going. I know what city I'm going to, but I don't know what hotel, what location, what time. Hi, Jamila. What time? I didn't know none of the details. So I sent an email to some people in leadership and some of the organizer or the one that's managing the event, as far as like what's going on. And I just simply said, hey, of the what are the details of this event, this conference? What time, what place, what's going on? You guys have me going to this location and you want me to be there, and I cannot, I'm gotta take my kid out of school so he can go to my mom's. Luckily tomorrow, Tuesday, is no school. So I am trying to figure it all out. And I'm asking them for the details. And the organizer, the first thing she said to me was, I sent an email out. Did you not get it? And this is where I have to work on. When I say that I have pride, this is what I mean by that. I don't like when people insult my intelligence. And you might say, now, Elvira, how is her asking that question insulting your intelligence? Well, in my brain, I use common sense first. So before I email you to ask you a question, I'm going to do my due diligence and my research to make sure that I didn't get it. Like, I'm going to search my emails. Hey, Brother Cook, I'm going to search my emails. But that's what Elvira does. Now, granted, I've been working at this job in this position for over 2 years now. I don't know if these people know me by now. I don't know. But I'm very thorough. I'm very detailed. And I'm very reserved. So I'm looking at y'all posted stuff. I'm gonna go in and screenshot it when I go back and read the comments. But as people come in, I will greet you, and then I'm gonna go through the comments at the end and address anything that we could chat about. So anyway, and this is a minor story, but it's gonna lead to the bigger purpose of the title of this video. So she says, I sent an email out. Did you not get it? And I said, no, I did not. Because if I got it, I wouldn't be asking you that. You feel me? Hi, Willow. So when she said that, I said, okay. I said, no, I didn't. So then she goes through her emails and she says, I'm not sure why you weren't included on the email that I sent out last week, but here are the details. Now, for me, this is the second time that these are major events, major details that I am not being informed about, where you all want me to be a participant for, and you're not communicating to me about where I need to go, what I need to do, and mishaps happen. But when it comes to me, there is a pattern. I'm either left off the email, I'm either not informed, I'm either not a part of the conversation. And as essential as my role is at this organization, it really puzzles me how no one, it's constantly happening, right? So, and the funny thing about it, two things can exist at the same time. I can address an issue and not take the issue personally. I can let you know that there is some room for correction and not feel that this conversation or you all not, you all not including me on the emails is intentional and I'm taking it personal. My brain is bigger than that. I'm bringing awareness to an issue that needs to be resolved, not because I feel a way about not being included. I love flying under the radar. However, when you want me to be a participant in an event, I need the details. I need to know what time, location, when you want me to be there, anything I need to bring, what you want, paper cups, paper plates, paper plasticware. What are we doing? What do you need from me? Don't tell me to come to the cookout and then you don't even give me the details. That's like when people when people used to make flyers, people would leave important details off the flyer. What time does the event start? What is the dress code? You want to know why? Because I need to know, do I need to show up like this or like that? And some people be like, girl, wear what you want. Well, okay, I'm going to go overboard. I'm going to do what I want now. You told me to do what I want. So anyway, I'm sharing this off. I'm giving you theatrics and details just to kind of paint the picture. But so anyway, she sends it and I said to her, and overall, because I'm not going to read to you all what I said, but what I said to her in a very, very nice way. This is the second time within a week that I wasn't included on some important details related to my position. And these details influence my personal life because depending on what you all need from me at this job, it affects my personal life. So I need to know the ins and out of what's happening. And I never got a response. Now, I didn't say it like that, but I just made it. Matter of fact, I probably can read. I mean, I probably can just read to you guys what I said just for clarity, but it really don't matter. But I just want y'all to know I be flowing with my words. And this is what I'm saying, that sometimes, people give us a hard time for order. A lot of times people give me a second. Sometimes people give us a hard time for having order. And just because you're giving someone correction related to order doesn't mean that you're being difficult. Because if I cancel because I don't have what I need, now is that my fault? Everybody else got what they need. What about me? So I said, um, what I say? What I say? What I say? I could probably just pull it up from here. That's crazy. For real, for real. Okay. So I just said thank you so much for sending this over. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I reached out today, as it seems I wasn't included on the original email list that was sent out on October 28th. And I said, I want to gently share that this isn't the first time I've noticed being left out on important HR communications. Last week, for an example, I wasn't included in the message regarding the change in date and time with the event on that day. I said I made personal and professional accommodations to attend Monday the 3 to 5 appointment. I said only later to know that the event had been rescheduled. I said today's followed up helped me realize, had I not reached out, I may have once again missed details related to this week's event. And I'm being intentional in sharing this because these lapses can make it difficult to plan effectively and balance my personal responsibilities. You know what that meant? Girl, if you try one more time, let me stop joking. But that's how I said it. That's all I said. I never got a response back. I never got an acknowledgement of the email, none of that. And when I went to go check in with someone today, they were like, just giving me this, hey Stacy, giving me this overview of what the person was going through as to why they missed out on delivering and doing their job with making sure everything was right. And it went on and it went on and it went on. And I'm literally laughing. I'm laughing because I'm like, what are we talking about? I'm like, what are we talking about? I just addressed an issue. And she said, well, it's not personal. And I said, I know it's not personal. I know she didn't intentionally say, I'm going to leave Elvira out on this correspondence. Why would she do that? I don't think that it was intentional. I think the fact that the person wasn't being intentional is the issue. That's the problem. And it's not even a big issue. It's just that, everybody has to just kind of like fit in and have some order. And that conversation today, and I'm only sharing this for context, that conversation today reminded me that some people have a hard time getting correction. Some people have a hard time with order. Some people have a hard time with discipline. This has nothing to do with the situation as far as like me saying this. It just reminded me that in a lot of situations, when you give constructive criticism, when you let someone know that, hey, you done messed up a couple of times and I've let it slide, but this time I'm gonna have to bring it to your attention, because if I continue to let this happen, I'm going to continue to be inconvenienced. And I don't want to be inconvenienced because I value my time. I am a very busy woman. I just walked through the door. I just finished doing a couple hours of DoorDash. I work 8 hours a day. I also have a child that I have to take care of. My time is valuable, and how I spend it and what I use it for is important to me. So therefore, when I am asking for details, it's not to make it a personal vendetta against you. I'm bringing it to your attention that you're lacking order and discipline, because honestly, when someone brings something to your attention, I want you to start thinking about this. When a person brings something to your attention, think about how many of the other people noticed that about you and never said anything. Think about that. What if you have bad breath and no one tells you you have bad breath? You might have chronic bad breath, and no one is telling you that you have bad breath. And then it's the one person you meet and they say, your breath stinks. I can't even say that with a straight face. Okay. I can't even say that with a straight face. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So you so you finally meet the person that tells you your breath stinks. And they just tell you this. And your immediate response should be, this whole time, my my whole life, I have been walking around with bad breath, and you were the person to tell me. So everybody else knows that I have chronic bad breath and no one said anything, but you were the one to tell me. You know how embarrassing that is? So now you're going to think about everybody that you have spoken to all these years. And then, and then it's, go, y'all said, I think this is one of the worst. I am crying. I'm crying. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. So you just have bad breath, and the one person tells you that your breath stinks. And you have people that will respond differently. You have some people that will be offended. And it's like, how are you offended that I told you your breath stinks? I am trying to help you. And imagine all the people you've spoken to that day, all the things that you've done, everything. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know when the bad breath begun. You just you don't even know the starting point. You don't even know the starting point of your bad breath, but you know today. So, imagine all the people you have spoken to and they never told you anything. And it's just that one person that had the guts to tell you. That one person had the guts to tell you your breath stinks. It smells so bad. You would be so embarrassed. You will be the person, you will be thinking, why have no one ever said this to me? And the reason why is because many times, like I said, people aren't going to tell you the truth because one, they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they know, like, there's just things. And then sometimes people just really don't care. Like, they don't care enough about you to even give you direction or encouragement or help you change your ways. So, hi, Ocean Blue, welcome in. So, with that being said, think about that when it comes to anything in life. When someone is bringing you some type of correction, discipline, giving you some order, instead of being offended, just really look at it as, okay. And this is the thing, and it'll be hypocritical for me to say I don't get offended. I do get offended. But I know that the people that are telling me the truth, they actually love me or they care about me in some way, shape, or form. And therefore, sometimes I do get a little attitude. I do get in my feelings a little bit. But then I remind myself that this person actually wants me to do well. This person cares about me. This person loves me. And they're not coming from a place of malice. So there are people in this world that will come to you with malice in their heart to hurt your feelings or to belittle you and make you think that you are less than who you really are. And then there are actually people in this world that see a character flaw that is willing to give you that type of criticism, help you get accountable, help you to, bridge the space between what you're not, because all it is, guys, is awareness. Sum it up in a pretty little bow. It's awareness. And many people are not aware of themselves. So therefore, when you have someone coming up to you, giving you some constructive criticism, letting you know what you need to work on, and they're coming to you respectfully with love, they just want you to be better, and they're noticing that there is a little, you need some tweaking. And instead of you taking it personally, just take it and, go to the Lord in prayer, and then, come back. And you may not be able to thank the person in the moment for their, their wise counsel. There we go. You may not be in the moment wanting to thank the person for their wise counsel. However, you will hopefully come around and you say, you know what, the conversation we had last night, I appreciate you saying those things to me, because though I wasn't ready to hear it, I received it. And when I was able to process what you said, I can take that and I can move forward and do better. And it just reminded me of that. So this situation that took place, though, I'm very direct, I'm very to the point. That's just me. And it was never, I didn't know that it yield that type of response. And I'm like, wow, like, as humans, we really don't know how other people perceive us and how other people see us. Because to some people, they might see me as the big bad wolf. She's always talking and she's always, it seemed like, I don't know. I don't see myself the way you see me, because I'm not you, I'm me. I'm inside of this vessel. So outside of being on camera and without mirrors or cameras, we would never know what we look like. We would never know our mannerisms. That's why some people don't like to come on YouTube, because they see their reflections maybe in the mirror. Well, that's where else you gonna see it, okay? So you be in a mirror, you see your reflection, but then some people aren't used to seeing themselves on camera. Some people aren't used to hearing themselves through the camera, online, microphone, whatever. So they turn away from these things because they're not used to being aware of themselves. It's people out here that literally say, I don't like the way that I sound. And it's like, but that's the way that you sound. You don't stop talking because you don't like the way that you sound. Just roll and rock with it. It is what it is. It makes you unique. Your voice is your voice. It's different than this person. So that was pretty much what brought me to the topic of the video. I think the topic of the video is order and discipline is needed to grow spiritually, and personal development. It's not healthy to continuously be the same, continuously fight back from people that are trying to help you out. There are people trying to help you out. They tired of talking about you at the water cooler, talking about your breath stink. And it's the one person who got hired yesterday and was like, they just said it. And everybody else at the job knew it, but they ain't had the guts to tell you. So the person who don't know you, don't have no personal ties to you, now they letting you know, yo, your breath smell like this every day? Nah. And that person just had the guts to tell you. So you have to be mindful of that. And what I'm learning with wise counsel is that wisdom doesn't come, the way I see wisdom is not always letting people know, oh, I know that already. People can tell you things, you don't know everything. And even if someone tells you something you already know, it doesn't hurt to hear it again. It doesn't hurt to hear what they have to say and, take it into consideration. Sleep on it. No one said you have to answer immediately. Take your time. Answer, take your time, sleep on it, pray about it, and then come back and give a person an answer. I think our culture has made us so comfortable with getting immediate answers that we think we're supposed to get information immediately, and that's not the case. You don't have to respond to anyone immediately. You can take your time, use your boundaries, protect your peace, and respond when you get ready. That's all you got to do, because what they gonna do? You're gonna just have to wait for my response. So that was that. And I think that for myself, I realize I flourish better when I have order. I realize I flourish better when I'm being disciplined. Yeah, I have my highs and I have my lows. Oh my goodness. But like the song they sung yesterday at headquarters, just hold on. Just hold on and hold on for the ride, because you're gonna be swaying, like Pastor said. You're gonna be swaying, but when you get rooted and those roots start to go down and they start to spread, then you'll be strong, and you just got to keep going. So don't get offended when someone gives you constructive criticism. Don't get offended, when you feel like it's too much on your plate. I'm not trying to be rude. I had no sympathy for the tears or the frustrations and stuff like that. The reason why is because I go through that every day. I be crying all the time. I be stressed out all the time. No, I don't want to say that. I say that back. I repent. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I am overwhelmed. Sometimes it's too much on my plate. So call me insensitive, but I ain't got time for the cries. Girl, I'm out here struggling like anybody else out here. You think I want to be out here doing half the things I got to do what I need to do? No, but I do it because who else is going to do it? So I pick up my pieces and I keep it moving. And even if, the situation with today, and I just said, no, it's not an issue. And I guess it needed to be communicated to me that the person felt the way, and I laughed. What else I'm gonna do? Just like the DoorDash girl talking about she gonna leave me a bad review. Okay, what you think I'm about to cry? Girl, please. I'll get another 5-star another day. We're gonna try it again tomorrow. And I did. I'm back out there today. I was out there today. So the valleys, the tribulations, the hard parts, that is just a part of life. And I know we hear that all the time. And I'm being honest, y'all. Sometimes that part of life is a little bit too much for me. Sometimes I am overwhelmed. Sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going. It just be a lot going on. It do. But at the end of the day, I thank and praise God for it, because it allows me to be steadfast, strong, and it gives me resilience and to help me move forward. So order is needed, discipline is needed, and in both cases, take what you need and leave the rest. Lean on the Lord, and then ask the Lord, is this correction coming from a place of love, or are they just being me? Because sometimes there are people out here that just want to hurt your feelings. Sometimes there are people out here that don't like the light that you got, and they want to humble you every chance they get. So they're going to let you know every time you do something wrong, every time you don't practice what you preach, every time, well, not preach, but teach. I don't know what I can say about that. But there are going to be people out here who's going to try to humble you. And that's when you take the counsel that they give you and discern it through prayer, talking to the Lord, and ask the Lord, was this wise counsel, or was this hating? Was this shade? And then you can kind of discern where that person coming from, because not everyone wants your best interest at heart. And not everyone wants to see you win. And not everyone wants to see you doing good. So sometimes you do have to kind of just scale back and figure out, hey, is this working out for me? Is what they're telling me working out for me? I had to learn that with parenting. Having a child, everybody and their grandmom literally wanted to tell me how to be a better mom, what I wasn't doing right, what I needed to improve. And there was some advice that I was able to take, and there was some advice I left it right there where they told me at. Where if we was standing in the middle of the parking lot at Walmart or Target and they was giving me parenting advice that I didn't want, that advice stayed right there in that parking lot at Walmart or Target, and I got in my car and I went on home. That's what I mean by take what you need and leave the rest. Honey, I'm not doing that with my kid. You can do it with yours, not mine. So when people give you advice, if you don't like what they say, if you don't want to take it right there, then just leave it there. Come back and pick it up. If ain't nobody else pick it up, then leave it there. That mean it ain't no good. You don't want nothing that nobody else don't want, okay? Put that in all areas of your life. You don't want that, nobody else don't want it. It's a reason why they didn't want that. There's a reason why they don't want that. That's how I feel about relationships. You know? Girl, you I ain't mad. You can have them. It's the reason why I ain't want that. It's the reason why I ain't want that. So if you think you got a prize, girl, good for you. Cause it's a reason why I ain't want that. Child, don't no woman leave no good man. Okay? I'm just saying, it couldn't have been that good if he left. If you left, it couldn't have been that good. So, with that being said, take what you need to leave the rest. Now, let me see what y'all talking about, because y'all been going off, and I just been talking for no reason. I'm joking. I've been having a good conversation. So, that's pretty much the bulk of it. So Rafila says, of course, she should definitely visit Rio de Janeiro, Bahani, and tell her to try feijoada and Brazilian barbecue. I know she will love it. I hope she has a wonderful time. Ooh, let me screenshot that. Let me get a screenshot. Hold on. Let me get a little screenshot. Tell my mama what y'all said and get all the other comments. Now, y'all talking Spanish. I don't know Spanish. Y'all have to put the you know, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about. How you pronounce it is actually called something. But yeah, y'all got to put that beside the word so I can pronounce it right. Okay. But I see y'all comments on the things that she should eat. Oh, that's Portuguese. See, I ain't even know. See, Goyo, I ain't even know. See, I ain't even know it. So thank you, Goyo. So Olette. Oh, translation. Yeah, translation, please. So Olette says, I hear that, sis. Learning how to protect your peace and make known and / reinforce boundaries while being governed by the way of holiness. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And holiness keeps me sane, centered, and grounded. Because sometimes, you know, I let a lot of stuff slide. You know, I let a lot of stuff slide. But sometimes you do have to speak up. And you can speak up with poise. You know, I led with a fluff. I end with a fluff. But the criticism, the feedback was in there. And I'm sorry, you know, I'm not sorry because I didn't do anything intentionally. It's just that you're stressed out right now. You got a lot going on, and it was just a little bit too much for you to handle. And I understand that. However, this was the second time that it happened, so I had to say something. And that's the type of person that I am. That's just how I am. I might let something slide a couple of times, and then at some point, I'm just gonna have to let you know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to let you know, you are rude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what you be thinking, but sometimes the things you say and do, it don't be making no sense. But after a while, I do end up saying something. So it is what it is. But I did get a copy of everything y'all said. I took a screenshot. Hi, Willow Blue. Welcome on in. Hi, Jay. Jay, I'm not wearing makeup. I don't have makeup on, Jay. If you still here, you probably gone now. But I don't wear makeup. You say you cute, but you look like you like to argue. I don't. This came from Slee. Slee, I don't like to argue. No, I don't. I mean, honestly, I'm a shutdowner. I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb. I ain't gonna block you, but I'll just turn my phone off. Child, you'll be trying to text me and you see the little light in blue. Elvira has notifications turned off because, child, you don't stress me out. I'm going to just turn my phone on Do Not Disturb and then be checking the notifications, looking at you call me 50, 11 times. Child, you know, that's me. I'm sorry. That's just how I roll. I'm sorry. I ain't going to block you. I'm just going to look at you keep calling me. I'm just going to look at the phone like that. Like, look at this. What is you calling so much for? I see you call. I saw you call. Okay. I see the text. I see you. I don't feel like talking. What's up, Preppy? How are you? You said, I think it's culture we live in today where people worry so much about pleasing others and not wanting to offend that people no longer know how to function in the realm of constructive criticism. Very much so, Olette. And I think that if we continue to, kind of bridge that gap, you could do the fluff method, which is, you kind of do like a compliment, the meat, and then another compliment. That's what I did today. I led with a compliment. I gave the correction, and then I ended with a compliment. And the only reason why is because I was like, guys, I gotta tell y'all this because y'all keep doing it, and I don't think y'all understanding that y'all shouldn't be doing this. I mean, it's not that. It's just that I just had to say something. Hey, brother Cook, I'm doing well. How are you? Welcome back. So that was that. Yes, yes. You said, yeah, go yo. That's probably like the worst thing is you said, I'll probably let you slide if you call me names and cuss me out, then telling me my breath stinks. Listen, go yo. I ain't gonna let nobody do all of that now, go yo. You could, but I feel like if your breath stink, like just tell them. It's like I don't want you to be out here with this chronic condition. Like you might need to go to the dentist if you have a chronic condition. If it's every day, that means it's something going on in the mouth. And I'm telling you this for a reason, right? So it's all things that we should consider and definitely be aware of. Now, I just used that as an example because it was just right there. It was just so easy to just use it and apply it to the situation. But I think it's so important that we just be open enough to, criticism from others, especially people who want us to do well. I know that with us being in holiness, sometimes it is kind of hard to discern if someone is a true brother and sister in holiness, but time will tell. Just keep your distance, keep things, at a minimum, and just allow time to keep manifesting people and who they are and what they do. And therefore, you will always see who a person is. And I'll close in on this. I'm going to use myself as an example. Sometimes I have a limited amount of people around me because I can be very matter of fact, or I'm going to call you out on the things that you're doing wrong and what you need to work on. That is not a really good trait to have because you can be offensive sometimes, unbeknownst to you. And oftentimes people would say, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. And at 35 years old, I wish we can just retire that statement because sometimes it is how the person said it and not what they said. And most of the time, it don't have nothing to do with what that person said. I mean, it's not, I'm sorry, it don't have nothing to do with how that person said it. You just didn't like that they said it. That's all it is. It's not how they said it. You just didn't like that they said it. That's where the issue lies. So you use, it's how you say it, not what you said. Child, I could have said it as nice and calm and pleasant, and you was still going to get offended because the truth is the truth. And when it cut, it's just gonna cut. So sometimes when I'm around people or building relationships with people, I do find to have a hard time with the relationships lasting, because when it's time for me to hold, like, bring you to accountability, some people have issues with that. And it's hard for me not to do that because I do it to myself. I'm analyzing myself. I'm oftentimes working on myself. So if I'm working on myself, if I'm real with myself, if I'm honest with myself, why would you think you can come into my world and I'm not going to be honest with you? So that's how I look at it. So sometimes I have a hard time, having relationships and stuff, because sometimes people don't like people don't like to be honest. And sometimes it can be your brothers and sisters in the church, in your organization, and whatever you believe in. Sometimes it could be them, and they are quick to tell you what you need to work on and what you need to do. But the moment you hold them accountable, they come up with so many deflections, so many distractions, so many excuses as to why they couldn't perform at a high level. The same person holds other people to perform at a high level, but when it's your turn, you have 1,000 excuses why you couldn't do it. And I'm so glad that I have people in my life that constantly remind me to just worry about myself. Because if I'm just worrying about me, I don't have nothing to do with what you're not doing, what you're not taking accountability for, and all of that. So it is what it is. So that's all I have to say for you all tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the conversation. If you're just getting here and you missed some of the conversation, you can rewind it and just rewind the tape and leave a comment. When the video goes posted, leave a comment. I don't know where John Smith been at, but John Smith, if you in the background, brother, hi. I pray all is well with you, John Smith Treeler. I miss seeing you pop in. I haven't been leaving I haven't been posting videos and stuff, but I've been doing the YouTube shorts. I posted a YouTube short today. Brother Cook, if you're still listening, I recorded the YouTube short on the question, on the conversation piece that you offered as a topic. So I'm going to be posting that during the week. I'm not sure when I'm going to be going live again. You all know that, you all know that I usually go live when I'm driving, but I don't know what's wrong with my phone. The internet just, it's like I have good internet for one day, and then from there everything just goes down the drain. So I can't be doing lives when I'm driving, because when I'm driving, I have so many hiccups, so many disconnections, and that's not fair to you all as viewers. I know I have a pet peeve of that, so I don't like that. So I have to refrain from going live while I'm driving, which is something I'm used to doing, but I'm not going to do that anymore because you all don't get quality content. And, I don't want to provide y'all content that's not quality. So that's where we're at. So let me read some of these questions before we leave out. Um, yeah, 50, 11 times, Olette. Yes, yes. Okay, Stacy said that's true. That's right. The truth will cut, but how it's delivered makes a huge difference. Yes, I will agree with that. I do agree with that. I do. I do, Stacy. You can say things in a way that could be like, "Oh my God, that was so jarring." Or you could say things could be like, "I don't like what she said, but I like the way she said it." And that is a good thing. That's a good thing, when a person is aware enough to notice that. Okay, so that's a good one. And I'm not saying overall, like, it's not what you is. I'm not saying overall don't take into account how you say things, but I just wanted to use that as an example in mentioning that sometimes it doesn't matter how the person said it. Just the fact that they said it, the person is going to be offended. So good night, Go Yo. Good night, Stacy. Good night, Greg C. Thank you for coming into the channel. Good night, Preppy Girl. Good night, Brother Cook. Good night, Shasmin. Good night. Who else was in here? Sashaya came in. Who else came in? Olette. If I didn't say your name already, Olette. Jamila, Caitlin, Leon, and I think that's it. That's all who spoke in the chat. To Jay. There we had a new person named Jay, and we had Willow. Hi, Willow. Thank you, Willow. Um, Thank you for being here and supporting this YouTube channel. Thank you to all of you all for being here and supporting this YouTube channel. Share this video. The purpose of me sharing the story is that sometimes it just doesn't matter how you deliver the message. It's just sometimes it could just be the messenger. And the person like, how dare you correct me? No, sometimes you need a little correction. Need a little guidance. But it's late here on the East, so I'm gonna go ahead and end my day here. Stacy, the UPS notification said that your fragrance that I use to make your butter is out for delivery tomorrow. So I have a conference to attend. I will be back later in the week, and I will be making your shea butter this weekend, and I will be shipping it out, Lord willing, on Saturday. Okay? Lord willing, on Saturday. You said, where do you get your slides from? Slides? Like sandals? I don't have any, but I don't have any slides. I do have these Crocs. I have some Crocs. I have Crocs, and I have like a brown, I have a brown Croc, and I have like this army fatigue, this black and gray army fatigue Croc. Yeah, Oled, no worries. I'll be over here reflecting too. Sometimes it be too much for me. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. Sometimes I cry. Sometimes I be getting on people's nerves. But they love me and they just be like, girl, shut up. But sometimes it just be a lot. So as I learn, I like to share and just say, hey guys, this is what I'm learning. Hey guys, this is what I experienced. And honestly, guys, I just be talking about myself. Things that I need to work on, situations that I was placed in, and I did this person did that, and this is the outcome, or this is the lesson in it all. And I am so far from perfect. I am so imperfect. I am sometimes not a pleasant person to be around, and I'm just being honest because I know myself. And the moment you start to know yourself, and the moment you love yourself for just who you are, your life gets a little easier, and it does help break away from the people-pleasing spirit. But with that being said, I love you all. I hope you all have a good night. I will see you all on the next one. A short will be dropping tomorrow. I don't know what time, but it's going to be dropping tomorrow. I'm going to have the same outfit on, okay? I did all the shorts today. I did 7 shorts today, and I had on the same outfit. Okay? We in a recession. It is a famine in the land. Okay? So we got to save every outfit, every coin. It is a famine in the land. Where is Joseph? Joseph, it is a famine in the land. We need everything, Joseph. They done cut the food. It is scarcity, Joseph. Where is Joseph? It is a famine in the land. Do you hear me? Oh my goodness. It's too much. It's too much. Child. Where we gonna go? What we gonna do? So y'all gonna get a video every day this week with the same outfit on. I love y'all. Thank you, Ola. You said, I hope you have. Yes, thank you. I'm about to get ready for bed. Stacy said, I love that you're transparent because it helps me and many of us reflect on ourselves to do better. Praise God. Peace be. All glory be to God. All glory be to God. And I pray that you all have a good night. I'm going to bed. You can tell I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I love you all. And thank you all for being here. Good night.